So you did it, Connor.
The children.
You know what this is?
Bless. Okay, so we are now going to introduce you to what's called logarithm forms. I'm sure you've heard of this before. You should have last year, but we're going over it. Easy breezy. You've seen this guy. We just went over what this is. This is an exponential form. This would be y equals b to the power of x. This is your exponential form. We've worked with this. We love that. Okay? Well, if I change my marker here, if I flip it over this magical line called the y equals x line, it's magical for a reason. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay? You would get something that looks like this. And this would actually be y equals log base b of x. This is called a logarithmic form. Now, why is this important to me whatsoever? Because when you flip over the y equals x line, that means these two functions are what? Do you remember? Starts with an I.
Inverse.
They are inverses of each other. That is a b, yes. Inverses of each other. This is important. Okay, normally to find an inverse, we would flip the x and y and solve for y. You don't know how to solve yet, so I'm just giving you the property that these two are inverses of each other. So there is a rule that says the following, that x equals b to the y. Thank you. If and only if log base b of x equals y. This is the rule. And long before I met Miss Amy Davis, I used to teach this rule, and I hated this rule, so I would, I made up my own thing. I had my own isms, okay? I did. And then I met her, and I was like, hers are far more superior. Obviously, it's Amy, okay? So all you have to do for homework tonight, and this is what the first part of your homework is going to be. It's going to say, write in exponential form. And they're going to give you, we'll just do two quick examples. Log base 2 of 32 equals y. And log base 5 of, not solve. It doesn't say solve. It just says write it in exponential form. Meaning I want you this to look like the inverse, which is an exponent. And good old Amy did this. Oh, you just zip? Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
That's what she said. She never actually gave it a word. She said, zip.
She did that for
But what does it mean? Exactly. I called it a backward C. So I would say my students long before Amy Davis, I would say, oh, do the backward C, and then they would know what I'm saying. But Amy Davis said, zip, which is much more, it's better. It really is. It's in my head right now. It's zip. Okay, so what does it mean? So here's what, when I want to write it in an exponential, I start at that number right here. That is my base 2. I go around to the y, and that becomes this exponent, the next number. And what's it going to equal? 32. You just wrote the log in an exponential form by zip. You have done this before, yes, yeah, you have. Okay, so let's do it here. Ready? Let's zip. Okay, so what would that be? To the equals, done. You have just done 4 of your homework problems, probably more than that tonight. Okay, but now we're going to work it backwards because they're inverses of each other. So now I'm going to give you as an exponent, and you got to write it as a logarithmic. So I spent not 3, I can't count. Write in logarithmic form. All right, in logarithm. Now, if it says the word logarithmic form, you're going to have the word log in your answer. Okay, so 4 to the 3 equals 64. And 4 equals 3 to the negative 3 equals 1 over 27. So again, you're like, what do I do? What do I do? Well, Amy Davis came up with an ism for this one too. And it's the same. Zoop! Oh, well, you just zoop. Brilliance.
Where are we zooping there?
Brilliance, okay? So here's the only difference. This is all, because it says write it in logarithmic form, you write the word log. Now you need to be careful on your handwriting on this because I will mark off on quizzes. The next number, which would be the base of the log, goes right here, and that is the first number you zooped, okay? So you'd write log of base 4, and you make it tinier.
64.
And then you go to your next number that you zooped, and would come 64, and what would it equal?
I guess 3.
3,
I'm wrong.
okay? No solving, we're just logging, that's all we're just doing here. Okay, now let's do it again. Zoop! So I write the word log. What would be my little number base down here?
3.
3. What would be the bigger number next to it?
27.
And what would it equal?
-3.
Okay. We're going to take a slight moment for you to start the homework. You're welcome.
That's all it is.
We're not done. I mean, we're almost done, but we're not done. Okay, I want you to do 1 through 6 right now. Look at this. I'm going to start with you guys. Did I give you 2 or 3?
Oh,
3.
it's a wrap.
Guess where it goes?
1 through 6 right now. You're just. 1 through 6.
I got earphones on for it.
Oh, I thought I got the last one. I got it.
Wait,
which side?
The front side that says property of logs 3.2 part 2. 1 through 6.
So I am assuming that we do not have to do all of these questions for homework.
You're wrong. You're doing every single one and another sheet. Good job.
So we're gonna have 40 questions.
Do you really think you can't do this fast? I'm embarrassed for you.
No.
Okay? This is where I drill and kill you because you have to know how to do these. You have to. I cannot move on any further. You have
You know
to.
what's gonna happen, Miss Sarah?
What?
After my basketball game, I'm gonna be sitting in my room, and I'm gonna be like,
Aaron, you're talking right now and you can get 6 of them done. I have a feeling why it's already at number 4. No, come on, prove me it.
Fun, bro. It's my favorite.
I didn't cheat. One through 6. We're zooping. That's all we're doing. Zoop. Okay. So I will just real quick, let's just do 2 together right now. Let's see. Okay, write it in an exponential. Zoop. 4 to the -3 equals. You're done. That's not hard.
Don't you just use like the process of elimination here, like knowing like the,
You need to know their inverses. They work
yeah, I feel you.
most of the time. Okay, and now write it in logarithmic form. So I need to have the word log here. I'll do number 6 for you since I'm sure any of you do that. Zoop! I just like saying it. Log, what's my base? What do I write here? 10. What do I put next to it? 0.1. I'm just going to put 0.1. That's fine. Or 0.1 equals? That's how hard. Okay? That's all, like literally the whole back page here is that's what you're doing. And you're like, why are you killing us? Why is this busy work? It's not. You've got to get this in your head. It's very, very important. All right. Now I'm going to show you how to do 7 through 18, but I want you to put it in your notes. Put this in your notes. Go back to your notes real quick. And then we're going to do 7 through 18. We are now going to evaluate these logs. No calculator. There will be a section on your quiz where I will say, no calculator. You have to evaluate the logs. If you know what we did yesterday, this will be easy. Okay? If you can do what we did yesterday, I promise you this will be easy. So it still does an Amy Davisism. There's one extra little step. The hint is set it equal to X. That's the hint. Set it equal to X. So if it ever says evaluate, set it equal to x. So I'm like, okay, set it equal to x. Set it equal to x. And now what? Come on, channel Amy. Channel Amy. Say it. That's it. Thank you, Gunner. Zoop. Because logs can be written as exponentials, which you worked on yesterday. This is really 7 to the what power? Equals 1 over 49. And that's what you did all of yesterday's worksheet. You did 24 problems of them. I promise you, you did. How can 49 be written as 7? 7 to the what?
2.
That's what, isn't 1 over 49 the same as 7 to the negative 2?
Yes.
So what does x equal?
Negative 2.
That is what log base 7 of 1 over 49 is. It's negative 2. I'll show it to your calculator, but not yet. Let's do this again. Evaluate. Log base 5 of 625. Zoop.
3.
No.
Oh, 4, I mean.
Yeah.
I forgot it was 4.
5 to the x equals 625. 625 is 5 to the 4th. And that's what it is equal to. 4. You are to do 7 through 18 right now. You're welcome. Do number 7 through 18 right now. So I used to have a student that used to do all these in his head, and it drove me crazy. So I was like, how does he do this so easily in his head? And he actually uses a property that I'm going to show you tomorrow in the video. Do you want me to show you to now? I'm sure some of you can probably figure it out by now. If 2 is your base, can you make 8 into a base 2?
Yeah.
2 to the what?
2 to the third.
Anytime the base and that number next to it are the same, you can essentially cancel it out. It cancels to 1, and this is your answer.
Wait, so for number 8, you can do it too.
So let's, number 8, sure. What's 64?
4.
What is this one?
2x equals
2,
2.
8 squared.
And then another number.
Log base 8 of 8 squared is 2.
I did it in my head.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's what I'm saying. I will tell you, though, the one that I probably can't do in my head, which I don't think you, like 14, 16, I would have to set it equal to x and do it, is what I'm trying to say, unless somebody wants to show me how to do it. But most of these, like 216 is 6 to the what power? 6 to the 3rd. Cross off the 6 and the 6. The answer is 3.
Why can't we just do like all of them in my head?
You can. Totally okay with that's why I'm showing you this. I'm totally.
16, the 9 is 3 squared, but since it's an opposite side, it's just a 1/2. So you put it on the bottom.
Yeah.
You can do it that way, yes. I don't like doing it that way, I'll be honest with you. 15? Okay, so 15 is log base 5, the square root of 5 is actually 5 to the 1/2. Let me do 16 a different way though, okay, which I see many of you can do. I'm going to do it like this, like I just showed you. Set it equal to x. Yes. 9 to the x equals 3. I could write 9 as a base 3, could I not? 9 is 3 what? Squared times the x equals 3 to the 1. There's always an understood 1 here. So now what would x equal? 1/2. The answer is 1/2. That's what that is. And I would do the same for like 18. But yes, all of these can be done in your head. And you don't have a calculator, so you need to know how to do them quick trick way. But I was like, oh, duh, that's the trick. Did you all get 11? Do you know what 11 is?
0.
Good job.
Wait,
How did you get 1/2 of 50?
Because the square root of 5 is 1/2.
so then x would equal 1/2.
So x would equal 1/2.
Okay, that's what-
Square root's 2.
Square root is a 2 understood in front. Okay. What number did somebody just ask me to do? 18. Okay, so I would do this one like this. I would set it equal and do the zoop because I love Amy. So this is 1/2 to the power of x equals what? Okay. Can you get these to be both the same base? Well, yes. 1/2 is a base 2 to a -1 or a negative x, correct? 16 is base 2 to what power? 4. So what does x equal? That's the answer. So it's doing what you did before. All right, last and final section, and then the rest of it is yours, but I do want you to put notes back on it. I'm sorry. Solve for x. This is so important. Again, your job as pre-calculus students is to know how to solve anything now. Anything. Now you've got to know how to solve for logs. Well, it's easy as you. That's as easy as it is. When you have, here's the best way to solve for log. I tell my students, get your log on the left. I like my 1 log on the left, okay? When we have multiple logs, which is what you're going to learn tomorrow, you want to have 1 log equal to 1 log. But if you only have 1 log in your equation, get 1 log on the left. That's really the best way to do it, because then you can do the whole zoop. Okay. So when I do this first one, I have 4 to the 0 equals x. So then what does x equal? What's anything to a 0 power? 1. That's your answer. But for this one, watch this one. X to the 3rd equals 8. How do I undo a 3rd power or a cube power? I cube root it. The cube root on both sides. What is the cube root of 8? So whenever you're dealing with logs, you try to get 1 log on the left and then zoop. If we have multiple logs, which you'll have tomorrow, you'll see about that tomorrow in the video, you try to get 1 log equal to 1 log. Okay, that's really the best goal. But so now try 19 through 25. That's that lovely section right there. And then you're almost done with your work from the home.
Wait, do we get it? One more sheet.
So you will have to do the whole backside, which is all just rewrite, and then you do have 1 more sheet of just going over what we just, not even a solving, but what we did before that. So
Do we have more notes?
that's it, honey. That's it. I'm just going to hand out the actually next sheet.
Yeah.
How much I like it right now.
I thought they was.
And
Front, back, and the sheet that's coming around.
-2.
Oh.
That'll be 1. What, 16? Right?
4 squared 16.
Booyah, booyah.
I didn't do anything for that. I'm saying, so I got to start my homework now? What is this?
This is what you were just doing. I want to make sure you can do it without a calculator.
Right. It's on the, what are we doing on the back page?
Everything.
We have to do this back page and this back page?
Yes, sir. But look at what the back page says. It says rewrite. It says rewrite. Zoop, zoop, zoop.
Shoop, shoop, shoop. Calculator?
No calculator. I do not want to, you've got to know how to do this without a calculator. I drill and kill, call me a dentist, but that's what I do.